Hey, welcome to the channel. I am Musically Malnourished, and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. We are in the 2025 album from Jon Bellion called Father Figure. This is track number 8, Get It Right. There's a lot of people on this track. Teddy Swims, Lawrence, Tori Kelly, and Lil Mo Mozzarella. I recognize the name Teddy Swims. Lawrence is actually the next group that we're going to go into after finishing Jon. So it'll take that 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time slot that was voted on by members over on Patreon. And so I'm not familiar with them at all. I'm not familiar with Teddy Swims either. I just know the name. And then I know the name Tori Kelly, and even that Jon has been a big advocate for her and her talent. So a lot of people on the track, interested to see if it's more of a vocal heavy track or a rap track. But we'll jump in, give it a listen, and then dive in a little deeper on the other side.
Yeah. Everybody's a player, right?
Okay, first thing off. The last track that we did, what was it called? Because he had Vinny's Artichokes, which was just a funny voicemail, which I also mentioned in that avocados. They were artichokes. So that's kind of funny because I literally told a whole story about avocados on the video. They're not avocados. Avocados are in the song Italia Breeze. But with all that, he was obviously leaning into kind of Italian heritage. Sounds the same way here at the beginning.
Let me tell you something, kid.
Let me tell you something, kid.
If you think pimping ain't easy, then marriage is impossible.
Impossible. Give me some avocados. I mean artichokes. Jon's so crazy.
You are the mess I made. I was the game you played. So can we decide that we'll give this one more try? And we'll get it right this time.
This sounds familiar to me, but I don't know why. I've definitely never heard it.
So can we decide that we'll give this one more try? And we'll get it right.
We're going to check on the other end of the song because I don't want to interrupt too much here. If he's sampling some other, just that, I don't know if it's the chorus, and I think this is Teddy Swims just from, I mean, I know I've like heard Teddy Swims somewhere along the way, so I'm pretty sure that's Teddy Swims. And man, this has such an old school feel, but I'm just wondering, are they sampling some track? Because that sounds so familiar to me. It's got such a sway to it.
Get it right this time. I never meant to hit the wall, make you cry. I thought I made you cry, but I get it right this time.
Is it going to be one of these? Dude, my favorite track, and I'm getting bad at remembering the names, was that rap track on Glory Sound Prep, Adult Swim. Man, I loved that, especially the like switch ups throughout the entire thing. So I'm totally fine if we're going to do that here, like switch styles throughout the song. They may not be going that far with it, but that sounds like the direction it's heading in. And if it is, I'm A-okay. What would you classify as like 50s swing type music?
I remember I was 15. Your sister said I was good, but I'd never be Swiss beats. 15 years later, I look up at the billboard and that bitch is Swiss cheese. It's like bang, 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 pop, pop, rocket ship.
That's awesome. Oh man, we'll look at that a little deeper on the other side. That's awesome though.
You're still the same girl from Rustic Lane. Says Chanel on the bag, but you're still using coupons at Target for the dinner place. It's just how you were raised. I just want to say I think you're doing pretty great for being shot to space. Thanks for taking a ride with me. And thanks for loving me through my selfishness. Going through old pictures that Dexter flicked. My life's a shipwreck without you anchoring and leveling. I know a lot of CEOs with billions and resentful kids. Yikes. I also know a lot of famous people that are wishing for an average life. Talking Tums on the nightstand at 65. The good shit, babies and sleepless nights. The craziness of man and wife. The good, the bad, the dark, the light. I'm with you till we get it right.
Dude, Jon's so raw on this album. And it's wildly different. And so I'll be curious to see. And I mean, obviously, there have been some banger tracks on this album. Father Figure does something to me. Wash, man, explosive tracks, but he also has these very muted ones in here where he's really just speaking from his heart, you know, in the space that he's at in life in this. And man, the substance that he has in that verse, so good.
God is my witness. I'm with you till we get it right.
Thank you for the loyalty.
Oh man, that was a fun one. Yeah, I need to see. Let me do it this way. This might be the most effective way to get a quick answer on this. Did Jon Bellion's song Get It Right sample another song? Waiting. While we're waiting, I am 37 years old at the time of filming this. So when I was a kid, you know, moving into teenage years, we were really there in the age of the internet, and we all had dial-up internet. So a lot of you I know listening to this will remember that time when you couldn't be on the house phone and the internet at the same time. The whole like beep boop boop beep boop 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 beep 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 beep. You've Got Mail era. And I remember like being at home on the computer trying to watch like flash videos and things that people made, and you'd literally like click on a link and then I'd sit and have to wait for the video to buffer for several, so I'd like turn and play video games or do something else and then turn back, like watch a 2-minute video and then go to the next one. Shout out to all those E-Bombs World, Homestar Runner. Those were good days. All right, we got our answer. Let's see what it says. Yes, according to statements from the band Lawrence, the Get It Right by Jon Bellion from his album Father Figure is basically a reimagined version of Flip of their song Conflict Resolution. Huh. reworking same melody hook with the band's prior composition. Let's do this for a second. Let's go on a little adventure. Not that I want to get too much into Lawrence's music, but I need to know, like, why does this sound so familiar to me? Now, I don't see a song by Lawrence. Oh, Conflict Resolution. The song's not called Flip. Let's see. All right. Let's see if the sound is similar at all. Here. What? Let's see what we got going on. This is from a 2024 album from them.
Clyde, do you want to say anything?
Hello.
You just fogged up the lens.
It's a home video.
Okay, Gracie, what do you want to say?
I'm gonna say
Necessarily always big that it works out that it's forever. I don't envision
You can definitely hear the piano in there.
you getting into a fight. Talk to each other, you listen to each other.
All of the games we've played. So can we decide that we'll give this one a more try?
Oh, dude. So beautiful. Is that this song though? I feel like it's an old song. I mean, I've heard this 100%.
And we'll get it right, yeah, we'll get it right this time.
Pretty fairly.
Get it right.
This. And she'd come in, said,
So, what is the lyric, guys? We're Batman mode, real quick, okay? Not in the sense of fighting crime. We're like detective Batman mode right now, okay? Because now I'm wondering, like, okay, does it just sound familiar to me? And now I'm like going to listen to this. I'm like, ooh, it does sound like this. But what if this is just referencing that, and that just sounds familiar, so it points to this? You following me? Maybe if I can look up the lyrics. Is there an old song, or maybe I heard it in a movie or something? I don't know. What was it? Dun-dun-dun-dun. So we can decide what get. Is there an old song? I'll bring you guys in so you're not just staring at me. Is there a song, an old song with? Dude, I'm reaching. Somebody in the comments has already figured it out and is like, "Oh my gosh, please." So can we decide that we'll give this one more try? Ooh, that's a reach, dude. Okay. Yeah, let's give it one more try. Yes, do that. Come on. Come on. Give me the money. Snake eyes. Oh. All right, maybe that conflict resolution song just got big or something, and I happened to hear it somewhere. I don't know. That gets me excited to get into Lawrence, though. Let's hop on over. If you figured something out, or if I'm just going crazy, or maybe conflict resolution was a big song, and I would have just happened to hear it somewhere. But yeah, it stands out so much. Let me tell you something, kid. Okay, so the intro, Lil Mo Mozzarella. Who is this? Okay, played during the father figure listening party. Ooh, I wonder if we can find that online. If so, try to get it up on Patreon or maybe do it during a live stream. Lil Mo Mozzarella says the following. Yeah, everybody's a player, right? Let me tell you something, kid. If you think pimping ain't easy, then marriage is impossible. This was intended to be the final version, as John claimed. The Shut the F Up was too polarizing. However, some streaming services received this version instead of the final version. Huh. I wonder what the original version was. Oh, let's also go see what John had to say about this song. Says, Get It Right has 5 features on it. When we typed them all out, I just hated how jumbled it looked, and then it popped in my mind to have a fun moment that people can guess and argue over with the features. Probably would have streamed more if I listed all the features, but you know me, gotta be difficult for the team. This song has had so many changes, I actually halted the vinyl production, making so many last-minute changes during test pressing. Thanks for the patience, Lou. Can't wait to see the guesses. This song's build, the beat will be an in-depth look at the process in many forms this song has taken, so I'll save that for the video. Cool. Which obviously we've been going through the making of videos on Patreon. We haven't made it up to Father Figure yet. Thankfully, John has so much awesome content to look into, but we'll get there. But long story short, thank you to the people that worked on this record tirelessly and made it the Italian Scorsese love story I envisioned. My wife and I have known each other since 7th grade. Here, I'll come over here for a second. Since this song has a classic sonic approach that pays homage to that. Okay, cool. I was wondering because he says, I remember I was 15. Your sister said I was good, all that stuff 15 years later. And you're still the same girl. So that's awesome that his wife he's known since 7th grade. All right, so we'll come back up here. Which is funny, you know. Marriage, you think pimping ain't easy, then marriage is impossible. Which obviously is not like an indictment on marriage. It's just the reality, man. It's interesting too, and you guys know me and my beliefs, my faith, and so here's how I tend to frame things. Even when you're talking about living through a biblical worldview, serving the Lord, serving Jesus, there are 2 kinds of pain in life, right? Jesus calls us to die to ourselves. He said those of us that try to hold on to our lives. At one time I did this illustration with a balloon, and it was like you squeeze the balloon so tight, it pops, right? And it's that idea of holding on to our lives. I'm going to do things my way. I'm going to think my way. I'm going to act my way. I'm going to live my way. And in doing that, a lot of times, man, it's you blow up your life. You're living in selfishness and pride and bitterness and all of these things. And yet he says, but those who lose their life, let go of their life for my sake, will find it. And we find this strange concept that if we really want to find true life, we kind of have to let go of our life. And then we embrace the life of Jesus. And we walk in his ways. So we learn patience and kindness and love and forgiveness and all of those things. And so in the same sense, it's like there is one way of serving Jesus that is difficult because it means laying down your life. And you're going to run up the things. You're like, I want to do it this way. And yet God's teaching says, no, do it this way. And you're like, oh, but that's impossible. It's like, yeah, it is impossible through your own strength. But yet, when you do that, you take that step and you die to yourself, you truly find life. And yet, so there is a pain that comes along with that, right? Of denying yourself. That's hard to do. And that's the same, like, put it with food, all right? If you got fitness goals, man, I love some cheeseburgers, dude. I love some Zaxby's wings and things. You get some wings, you get some chicken fingers, you get some fries, you get some Texas toast. There was a time coming into 2022, I think it was. I was super busy in life, and I was just going through the Zaxby's drive-thru too much. And one day I was in the mirror, and I was just like, yeah, I don't feel good. So I had to make some changes, right? And when you're trying to say no to that dessert or no to wings and things, you're driving past Zaxby's, and you're like, oh, you just got to make it past the drive. And you're like, I'll just go home. I'll eat what I have at home, my carrots and hummus, things like that. So there's a pain in that. But then there's another pain in doing things your way and living in selfishness and pride. And then obviously you take it further. You've got addiction. If you're sleeping around with a bunch of different people, then it's like, man, where's that commitment, that love, that long-term lasting relationship? And there's a pain in that world. And so, that's kind of what it speaks to me in that sense. He's like, you think pimping ain't easy? Yeah, like all this drama, all the things that come along with that. He's like, well, marriage is impossible. The challenge of remaining faithful, of working through things, of staying committed, of all that, man. But it's so beautiful. And so I think that's really what he's getting at, Well, do me a favor, players, be quiet. Yeah. Everybody's a player, right? You are the mess I made. I was the game. I was the game you played. So can we decide that we'll give this one more try? And we'll get it right. Yeah, we'll get it right. I'm curious if he's kind of saying like, yeah, we both had issues, because that's important too, right? It's not about assigning blame. I'm just saying it takes two to tango. And so both people have to make the right decisions and things like that. And so let's see what the annotations say. Because again, you're the mess I made. I was the game you played. Dynamic where both partners. Yeah, dude. Nailed it. So can we decide we'll give this one more try? We'll get it right. Yeah, we'll get it right this time. I want to know what was being said in all those little mouse speak in between the verses and in the intro. I bet there's something fun in there, if it's even possible to understand what's being said. So yeah, it all pretty much repeats here. Okay, and then Jon gets into this. I remember I was 15. Your sister said I was good, but I'd never be Swizz Beatz. I don't know who Swizz Beatz is. American DJ and record producer Kasim Dodd Dean uses the stage name Swizz Beatz. He was born in 1978 in the Bronx, so local to where Jon grew up. He started his career as a DJ in 94, gained recognition at 18 through his family's label, Rough Riders Entertainment. Interesting. He produced hits for Rough Rider artists like DMX, obviously others. Later worked with Jay-Z, Kanye, Busta Rhymes. All right. Picture painted. Your sister said I was good. I'd never be Swizz Beatz. 15 years later, I look up at the billboard, and that is Swiss cheese. So obviously Swizz Beatz, Swiss cheese. And if he's talking about, let's finish the line here because it adds so much. It's like bang, bang. I love the way he delivered that pop, pop, rocket ship. Well, baby. He did that so well. I love it. It wasn't just like bang, bang or bang, 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 but he did bang, 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 pop, pop. So obviously the picture he's painting here is like when you look up at the billboard, I would assume you could talk about a physical billboard, but I think obviously billboards used in like ranking of songs. And if you're talking about hit after hit after hit, pop, 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 bang, bang, then obviously you're putting all these holes in it. He's painting this picture of a firearm, but also making hits, tying in Swizz Beatz and Swiss cheese. Dude, lyricism is off the charts. You're still the same girl from Rustic Lane. Says Chanel on the bag, but you're still using coupons at Target for the dinner plates. It's how you were raised. You got to love that, right? And what's interesting too is a lot of times, now there are obviously people, wealthy people that and I mean, I don't know, I'd be using coupons right out there, you know what I'm saying? But it's that, like, a lot of wealthy people I know, especially if you're talking about not your crazy wealthy people, just there's a book called The Millionaire Next Door, and it's kind of like financial principles for the people that live around you that you don't even know have amassed wealth. It's about building wealth, not just making a lot of money. And so, yeah, they might drive, you know, a simple Ford F-150 or F-250 or something like that, and yet they've built a really strong business, or have been very smart in their investments, and so they've got a lot of money, but it's not necessarily flaunted. And so even though it's like she's got a Chanel bag, but she's still frugal in a sense, which is just a fun combination. I would just want to say I think you're doing pretty great for being shot to space. I think this is like maybe talking about the recognition that Jon has received and kind of the popularity. And I know he's been very secretive, not even secretive, that's not the right word, protective, as he should be, of his family. Thanks for taking the ride with me. And thanks for loving me through my selfishness, going through old pictures that Dexter flicked. Photographer referenced here is Dexter Findlay, who captured much of Jon's life on the Human Condition tour, as well as filming many of Jon's popular making of YouTube videos. Yeah, I thought I recognized that name. My life's a shipwreck without you anchoring and leveling. I know a lot of CEOs, which these are all pretty straightforward lyrics, with billions and resentful kids. Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare, man. No, give me thousands and let me have kids that love me, you know? I also know a lot of famous people that are wishing for an average life. So this is the average life, right? I hate when that happens. The average life is he's talking Tums on the nightstand at 65, the good stuff, babies and sleepless nights, the craziness of man and wife, the good, the bad, the dark, the light. I'm with you till we get it right. This is so beautiful, man. Like, make the, I don't even want to say ordinary, but sure, make the ordinary great again, you know? Fame only goes so far. And like you said, there's so many who are so famous that it's become a curse. Man, it's beautiful. God is my witness. I'm with you till we get it right. That was a fun track. I'm really enjoying Father Figure. We'll see. It may take the place. Glory Sound Prep was really beautiful to me. Father Figure, like I've said through all these videos, so I won't belabor the point. It just carries something different for me. I don't know. The sound on it is, I don't know. The sounds on it, the melodies, the lyricism. Plus, he's not rapping really fast, so I can understand it a little bit better, or comprehend it a little bit easier. But anyways, thanks for being with me in this one. Thanks for following me on my rants, and even trying to locate people on the map. Hope to see you in the next one, because we're eating good.